Drum roll, please. Welcome to the annual
P-Fish Big Top 10 Games of Year Day. Annual first time 2024 top 2024 10 games of the year. Whatever, you get the point. With this being the first I'm doing of these, I don't really know how to start it. I'm just gonna be talking about the top 10 new games I played this year. Just on the new, these are all games I was introduced to this year and I played for the first time, so no Minecraft or TF2 or stuff like that, except for a few special cases, which are just games I revisited this year, or games that gained a huge DLC update. That's basically it. Let's get into the video now. Woo! Pause. Wait. Okay, wait. Before we start, I'd actually like to give one honorable mention.
You son of a...
Handshakes! This is just a short little puzzle game I found on Steam. Little backstory. So I downloaded Steam on my school Mac in one of my classes. So somehow it took me a long time. And I was looking for games on Steam that actually worked on Macs. Because, fun fact, barely any games work on Mac. Especially games that are free. So after a long time of scrolling through the Steam free games page and finding dozens of games that were compatible with the Mac, I found it. A true masterpiece of a game. Handshakes. Handshakes is just a small puzzle game, which is actually free, I might add. And it's very goofy. Something too crazy, it's just... It's funny. The puzzles are actually ones I can complete without searching for a YouTube tutorial online, which gives it a big thumbs up from my dumbass. 13 out of 10 game. We'll try again. Okay, anyway, on to the actual top 10. And then I'm not recording that part, because it's... I have one line.
She is such a bad though.
Helltaker is one of those games that some people really really like. Okay, ignoring that aspect of the game, it's pretty good. It's short, cute, interesting, funny, and has some really good art. I'm gonna say this a lot in this video, so here's the first one. Helltaker is hard. Maybe it's just my stupid big brain, but these puzzles are like hard. Maybe I'm just good at puzzles. I don't know. Anyway, these puzzles are actually just the entirety of the game, besides the 2 boss fights. In the puzzles, you have a limited numbers. In the puzzles, you have a limited number of moves, with moving between tiles, boxes, enemies, or stepping on spikes counting towards the move count. The challenging part of the game is figuring out how to complete whatever the hell this is without completely running out of moves and being destroyed by a demonic beam of light. At least you can skip some levels and ask for hints, which also gives you a funny exchange between the characters. Besides the puzzles, the game also has very good art. I know some people just like the game for that stuff. Ignoring that stuff, the character designs in both overworld and portrait art for all the characters are pretty killer, if I do say so myself. Also, I just want to point out that the design for Beelzebub is like cool. Just thought that was important. Also, the game is like it's free. In conclusion, game good.
I'm gonna get ya!
Did I scare you? That's what this game does. It scares you. I am really good at it. It steals as a spooky game. The thing I really like about this game is that it flips the table on you. Kinda. I think it's one of the most unique indie horror games I've ever played. This game includes 5 different game modes, which each bringing its own unique challenge. And one you just get chased by this annoying little rat who tries sneaking up on you when you aren't looking. Another word's basically the same thing, but this time, to get rid of him, you have a camera that you have to flash him with a limited battery. There's another where the walls are alive or something, and you have to hide in a bunker every minute or so. I don't really like this one, if you couldn't tell. And there's another where you have to traverse through an area full of objects that fall and move whenever you touch them, and the monster is invisible and blind, so you have to be very quiet. And last but not least, actually it's not the last one, it's the third one, but I'm saying it last. My personal favorite, hide and seek. Couldn't tell by the title, it's hide and seek. If you couldn't tell by the title, it's hide and seek, but the game does something very special most other games don't do. You are the seeker. The monster is the one being the hunted. Kinda. So just like the other levels, you have to collect these little orb thingies. I don't really know what they are. And when you're walking, you might just see something. The jump scare! Okay, anyway, I don't really know how to put this, so I'm just gonna show you.
Suddenly find the monster. No countdown for you. Find a hiding spot this time.
This section of the game is honestly like one of the scariest experiences I've had playing a game. It's just so unsettling hearing its stupid freaking legs stump around.
Quickly speed up and get louder as it closes in on you. See its bright red eyes. Hear its creepy humming.
I really don't like its humming. It makes me feel uncomfortable.
Anyway, in summary, It Steals is a really good game. Anyway, next game.
Is that a bug?
Hollow Knight is a game. I mean, really, what else is there to say that hasn't been said already? You can probably just look up Hollow Knight retrospective or something. You just don't want me to say,
Whoa! Hollow Knight is a good game? What? Shocker!
I mean, I could actually speak about this game for like hours, but I kind of don't wanna. Hollow Knight is truthfully one of the best games ever made. Yeah, you can fight me on that fact, Mouseart. But please play it. It's a really good game. I probably will make a video dedicated just to it sometime. But not right now. Also, before I end this segment, I just want to say this is one of the games I was mentioning in the beginning that I replayed this year. So I played Hollow Knight back in like 2019, I think. I just thought I needed to say that, yeah. Okay, next game.
Vanessa, spell iCup.
Security Breach. What a beautiful, stunning, absolutely gorgeous masterpiece of a game. I have no clue how Stillwell managed to craft such a delicate work of art. What else can I say? Bravo. In all seriousness, Security Breach is a hot, flaming, burning hellfire pile of shit covered in garbage. Okay, that might have been a little over-exaggeration. I do love Security Breach, despite its overabundance of flaws. The game has plenty of great aspects to it, but it's really dragged down by all of its bugs, glitches, and all the missed I can't say it. All the missed I keep on almost saying. You've already heard this song and dance before, so I don't think I have to say much more about it. Security Breach is good, but it's also just not. It could have been a really good game. I mean, and I still like it for its flaws. I think the glitches are funny.
There's 2 of them!
And I've gained a lot of joy out of watching people mess with those glitches. So, in conclusion, go subscribe to Astral Spiff.
Do you enjoy hurting people?
I almost just recorded the whole segment without my audio, so it would have literally just been a black screen for like a good 15 minutes. Hotline Miami. What a classic. Also, a classic I wasn't even aware about until this year when I saw it for like $1 during the Steam Summer Sale. I honestly have no clue how I didn't know what this game was until then. I only heard the name thrown around in a few YouTube videos and stuff like that, and it deserved better. Hotline Miami is one of those games that will drive you absolutely insane with rage. Maybe that was just me.
Morty.
When I had to play the game again to get footage, it was like a fire of rage was relit inside of me. So that's why most of the footage isn't for me.
Yay!
Hotline Miami is hard as hell, yet very simple. Kill
Everyone.
You play as this guy. I don't know his name, and I'm pretty sure he actually just doesn't have an official name. Everybody calls him Jacket, so I'm just gonna like follow that trend. Jacket works as a hitman, I think. It's not really that clear to me. I don't understand the lore of this game. In every level, you are invading a different area, from a mafia-infested club to a police station. Hotline Miami is a fast, quick-paced bloodbath of a game. You have to run through the level trying to defeat all of the baddies in the building. The many different melee weapons, guns, and the mask that you choose at the start of the level offer you to go at the problem whichever way you think works. Also, I don't know how to transition to this, so the retro graphics and feel of the game are a good contrast against the brutal murders you'll be committing. Yay, I'm good at transitions, I'm good at writing. The game, despite me praising it a little bit, it does have some negatives. First of all, the NPCs are totally janky and work inconsistently. In one run, they'll react to you firing your gun, then straight for you. But then the next time, they have gone completely deaf, and they won't hear you. Or a guy will stare at you for a good 5 seconds before attacking you. maybe he'll just murder you when he sees you in the rear view mirror attached to the side of his head. Also, I'm not really the biggest fan of the boss fights, quote unquote. Yeah, that's really all the negatives I could think of. So, the game is pretty good besides those facts. I didn't really talk about that much, but there's so much more I could talk about. I know I've said that for like all of them, but really, I didn't know how to write this segment. Hotline Miami, good game. I'll definitely be returning to this game on a later date, when I hopefully won't be a little piss baby and get better. I don't know how to end this segment.
Chicken.
Noise, 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 noise.
Bring the noise.
Baby, Pizza Tower Noise Update. This way forward. This is about. Woo! This is specifically the game I was talking about when I said the DLC thing at the beginning of the video. I remember watching the McPig Doomstring, waiting for the update to finally come out, and then it like actually did. What a time to be alive, man. The noise update for Pizza Tower might possibly be my favorite game DLC, giving a great yet simple addition to the game. I wrote day in the script. How did I mess that up? If you don't know what Pizza Tower is, I'm not really gonna explain it that much. It's like Mario Italian Chef PP goes fat. I accidentally wrote fat in the script right there instead of fast. Oh my god. Pizza Tower is already an almost perfect game to begin with before the noise update. Pizza Tower is one of the best indie platformers of all time. At least in my personal opinion, which is also the right opinion. Pizza Tower's unique levels, transformations, enemies, controls, soundtrack, bosses, and humor made the almost perfect ice cream sundae. I should have said pizza. Oh. This segment is running terribly. Oh my god. The noise update added like 5 pounds of sprinkles and cherries on top of that sundae. The noise update completely overhauls the base moveset and controls of the base game. Since instead of playing as some fat Italian man, you play as the creepy Domino's mascot from the 80s. The noise's moveset is so good. Chef's kiss. He's still playing all the same levels from regular Pizza Tower for the most part, but by playing as a Noise, it feels like a totally different game. The Noise can ride around on the Madman on the skateboard, or come up with a tornado, use his Noise Crusher, bounce up on the walls, and most importantly, do whatever this is. Not only is his moveset almost completely changed from Peppino's stinky old boring moveset, all of his transformations got a little change, despite the transformations staying loyal to their original depiction in the base game. Most got a small change, still making them different enough from the old transformations Peppino would have. For example, instead of having iconic character Mort the Chicken on his head like the fat Italian, he chokeholds the bird and uses him as a boomerang attack. Or instead of using Peppino's shotgun, he pulls out his trusty Gatling gun as seen from his boss fight. Also, another detail I appreciate from this DLC is how instead of fighting bosses in the game by grabbing and attacking them like Peppino, he just throws bombs at them. I love. I'm not. I'm gonna bleep that out. I should not have said that. One last thing I want to say before I end this segment is that the Noise is just funny. I love his stupid character. I'm sure he pisses me the hell off sometimes with this stupid big brain, but he's just a funny little rat. Also, he's really cool. Please play Pizza Tower. Not only just for the noise stuff, but also for the amazing masterpiece of the base game. It's not even that much money and it goes on sale a bit. So if you have any leftover cash and want a goofy, fast-paced platformer to play Pizza Tower. Okay, edit time.
Stop f***ing crying! Where?
How do I even start about Isaac? This is one of the other games I was mentioning when I said replaying. It's probably my second most played game of all time. I'm not really proud of that. Isaac sure is a gay. I genuinely don't know what to say, man. If you don't know what Isaac is,
Let me explain.
The Binding of Isaac is a roguelike where you play as a naked child who uses his tears to kill disgusting amalgamations while trying to fight against his evil, overly religious mother. Fun! Isaac is a very complicated yet simple game. All you really need to know is that funny tears hurt funny bad guys. And then when you add the over 300 plus items, trinkets, and bosses, etc., etc., it gets a little more complicated. But even with all of that added,
It's really quite simple.
Isaac has an almost endless amount of combinations to play with. One run you might play as Azazel, and instead of firing tears as your attack is instead a short laser that can easily mow down enemies. Or in another run, you can play as the Forgotten, a skeleton whose primary form of attack is a melee-like bone sword, but he can also transform into a ghost that is tethered to the skeletal statue. And even more unique runs can be caused by the items you find. Isaac has items such as Ipecac, which make you fire slow fire explosive barf shots from your mouth. Number 2, which makes Isaac just piss. Kirk's Body, an item that makes your tears burst into a bunch of other, smaller tears. Or an item like C-Section, which makes Isaac fire little fetus baby guys at his enemies. Fun! This game is weird, with each update adding more items, mechanics, floors, enemies, and bosses. And more to the game. I said and twice, that's not how grammar works. The game has progressively gotten more and more bloated with content, in a good way of course. Isaac is a near masterpiece of a game, and has an amazing amount of replay value. If you've never played Isaac, I would highly recommend it. And just like all the other games, I'm just barely scraping the surface of what this game has to offer. Anywho...
Crispity, crunchy, munchy, crackerjack, snacker, nibbler, snap and crack, pop, Wester, Poolchester, Shire, Queen's lovely jubbly delights.
Thank goodness you're here.
It's by far one of the funniest games I've ever played. I don't really just want to repeat what I said in the video I made specifically just for it,
So I'll give a quick little summary.
you play as British man, you lose stuff. Stuff is funny. People say the line.
He said it! He said it!
People are funny. Art is cute. Game good. I am very good at writing. If you actually want to hear me talk about this game, you should just watch a video, which editing me hopefully put in the corner right now. Did he do it? I have no clue. I'm just reading off the script right now. You better have me. Anyway, I highly recommend this game if you are looking for a cute, silly little game to bring you joy or just a laugh. Ha ha ha. Anyway, go watch my video, please. I beg you, please. I worked really hard on it. Please go watch that video.
Walt, please just hear me out, please.
What, we some kind of cruelty squad?
Just a warning before I show anything of the next game I'm about to talk about. This is gonna hurt to look at. If you show a single frame of this game to a Victorian child, they would flatline on the spot. In other words, epilepsy warning for the whole segment. Anyway, this is Cruelty Squad, also known as What the F Am I Looking At? In Cruelty Squad, you play as this funny little quirky hitman. Your main goal throughout all the levels is to exterminate your targets. The special thing about Cruelty Squad, besides all the stunning graphics, is that you can go through nearly any level in absolutely any way you want to. If you want to go in guns blazing,
I started blasting.
go for it. Want to fly through the air and shoot a rocket through a small crack in the wall? You can do that. Want to launch yourself into a window for a quick in-and-out kill? You got it.
Ah, crap.
You want to die? Well, actually, you kind of don't have a choice. You will die. A lot. This game is hard as hell. You will struggle. Your player is a very weak little man.
Little baby.
Usually combusting after being shot a few times. Yeah, very weak. Personally, I, your average Tex, could easily survive multiple rounds of bullets from a machine gun. Usually I'm not that big of a fan of first-person shooters. Ignore the fact that Team Fortress 2 is one of my favorite and most played games of all time. But Cruelty Squad just, works for me. The best comparison of a somewhat similar game to this would be the
1993.
Doom. Yeah, they really aren't that similar. So what I specifically said is the first Doom, is because that's also the only one I've ever played. besides like the first 10 minutes of Eternal, and then I got confused and rage quit. The main thing that these two games have in common,
They make you feel like a total badass.
and I know this is a little cringy to say, but honestly, you really feel like a bitch. I'm obviously leaving a lot of stuff out, like the music, confusing as hell controls, the weapons, the augmentations, fishing, and the scariest thing of all, the stock market. Also, there's this guy.
Who are you? Oh, here to check out my Chunko Pops. I'm absolutely nuts about these guys. Must have spent over 100 grand on them by now. You have a favorite? Oh, me? It's hard to choose. They're all my children. Man, it's so nice to be another Chunko enthusiast.
I could talk about this game for hours, but we don't have time for that, and I'm a lazy bastard. If you are interested in this game at all, you could watch the retrospective video made by Claire Simple. In conclusion, you can fish.
10 out of 10 game. Would play again.
We love the company.
Lethal Company is possibly one of, if not, my favorite party-like multiplayer games of all time. You've definitely heard or seen a clip of some guys in this game acting like total morons, with them being chased by a bloodthirsty abomination a second later and falling into a bottomless pit. Lethal Company is a perfect example of just a great game to screw around in, to have a good time with your friends, or randoms. If you have no clue what Lethal Company is and have been living under a rock for the past year, allow me to introduce you. Lethal Company, made by Seekers, who also so happen to make It Steals, is a survival multiplayer horror game. You and up to 3 other friends, or randoms, are given a cash quota that you have to fulfill within a time frame of 3 days. You and your crew have to pick from the many different moon selections and collect scrap from the buildings found on each of them. The buildings are all randomly generated, adding more suspense to your game. Buildings' interiors can either, at least at the time of writing this, can be a factory, a mansion, or a mine shaft. Inside of the buildings, you will collect the random scrap, which can range from being a gold bar to an empty toothpaste container. But the scrap isn't the only thing the buildings host. Ooh, scary, ooh! Lethal Company's many monsters offer many unique challenges to your runs, which can either be the scariest experience of your life, or the funniest. For example, one of the creatures, the Coilhead, works effectively like a weeping angel, so you either have to find a way to work around it, keeping an eye on it at all times, or just task your buddy to watch over it and hopefully try not to get it to kill you. Another example would be the Bracken. Mr. Spooky over here is a sneaky lad. The Bracken tries to sneak up on you and snap your neck. How wholesome. No matter how good you are, if you're the best, most professional Lethal Company player, or someone who just freshly installed, you will probably die. Hi, Ghost Girl. Maybe not always to your own fault, but either to that, your own incompetent teammates, or classic Lethal Company bullshit. Trademark. You might be able to say, this company sounds pretty lethal. Lethal Company is probably one of the funniest games I've ever played. Both the interactions you'll have with others and the stupid stuff y'all can accomplish, along with the classic Lethal Company bullshit, trademark, come together to bring the perfect package of fun. He's so happy! Comedy, horror, and challenge. I left out a lot, as I've done for most of the games, but it's fun. Good game. So with all that said, Lethal Company gets awarded the first ever annual P-Fish Poopy Diaper Fart Crap Game of the Year I Played award game. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say.
Like and subscribe.
Goodbye. I'm gonna kill that rodent. I hate you. I hate you. Oh my god!